hopefully you can see what's happening here. If you can hear me, just say yes, I can hear you, or some kind of comment so that we can start. Hey, DCC train. Oh, thanks for dropping by. I take it from the thumbs up you can hear me. I had some issues earlier. I'm not sure if the microphone is working through the camera, but now I'm just talking directly into my laptop. Oh, that's good. Thanks for acknowledging that. That's terrific. I'm glad that it's coming together. We'll just wait until a few more people pop up. Where are you located, DCC train? Cincinnati. Oh, you're not that far away. I've actually been in Cincinnati. Years ago, I worked for a company that had a plant there, and they built industrial furnaces, and I was over there doing some stuff for them. That was a long time ago, though. So are you a railroader or a railwayman? No, I'm in Toronto, or at least just on the outskirts of Toronto. So as I said, I'm not that far away. Well, it looks as if there are 2 people in now. I guess you're watching this on YouTube. Yeah, Toronto's a good spot. Relatively safe, clean. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Not right now, of course, with the lockdown. But we've got snow, as you can imagine. Well, I'd sent an invite out to the MRYCG, which is a model railway group on Facebook. And they knew I was doing this, so I thought that some of them would have tuned in. Oh, Paul Vosman. Hey, Paul, Tommy Cooper. Thanks for dropping by, Paul. Yeah, it's just like that. Absolutely. Oh, there's Kristen. Thanks, Kristen. You've helped me a lot so that I could get to the point where I could do this. So I owe you big time, encouraging me to get a microphone and different pieces of equipment. But you're a star in your own right. And I don't want to get started because I'll end up repeating myself if I do. But what you see on the screen right now is I've got an upper level there. I won't get into it too much, but at this point in time, I decided just to create a little street that would be typical of places in the UK and put the station below it. And it kind of fits at this point. But it's up for a train. No, DCC train, it's actually DC. You know, I collected this stuff over a number of years and I got sort of too far into it by the time DC came around. And then it became too steep a hill to climb to sell off what I had and then start again. So I've persevered with the DC. And while it's not problem free, it works quite well. Well, that'd be great. The help and the interesting thing is I do have a Hornby DCC controller and I have a couple of chips that I bought at the same time, but never get around to doing anything with it. Well, you know, I'm not sure why there aren't more people in, but I'm just going to give you a quick tour of the layout here. Excuse me, before we get any further. So as I said, this is the station area. I've called it Partick Hill Station after the area in Glasgow where I grew up. The station never looked like this, of course, so it's a bit fictitious. It's definitely not prototypical. So the vehicles you see in there are Minic, Oxford Diecast, and EFE, plus all those buildings that are there. I got them at different model railway shows, picked them up for a few dollars, already built. And the retaining wall I made myself. That was the first attempt, just out of a foam core with the brick papers on top. Well, I discovered that I shouldn't have used white glue for it because it's got moisture in it and it causes it to warp. But that was a lesson learned. So the station itself allows for 4 trains to go through. And the station was a gift from my mother-in-law, believe it or not. And I haven't put it all together. There's 3 canopies that come along with it. And the thing is that I'm not sure if I've fixed everything here, if I've decided this is exactly what I'm doing. But eventually, when I make that decision, I'll erect the station. So just coming around, there's some more retaining wall that I made, and it comes into the 2 main tracks here. And as you can see, that elevated section continues because my intention is to put 2 tracks up there and cross over at this other end here, and back over to the other side. And that building there, that's a scratch-built cement works building that I come up with because I've got a series, or I've got a number of Blue Circle cement tankers, which you will see. Now here at this end of the layout, I've got planned some loco sidings. And it will just create a loop and get over to the other side again, back onto that main line. But here's the lineup. Starting out with one of my favourite sets is the Black 5 pulling a rake of Lima Mark 1 coaches that were hand painted and remodeled by a guy that I never even met the guy, but he was selling off his collection, and I managed to grab these. They're just beautiful. The West Highland Railway operated by ScotRail, and you can actually take that from Glasgow up to Mallaig, where it would turn around and go back down, and you would cross over the Glenfinnan Viaduct, which you will see in the Harry Potter movies. Spectacular setting. And then the next one in there is the EM2, the one I've had some issues with, and most of the issues are resolved because I found Chams 123, John's Amazing Trains, on the internet, and I knew that he was able to remodel the wheels for these older locomotives, and I was able to get a set from him. And you saw the little video, or you will see the little video if you check it out in the YouTube channel. Now it's running well, and it's pulling a set of triang Carabel car carriers filled with Minute cars and with the odd North American vehicle in there. And at the end, that is an airfix Spitfire. And I chopped up that Carabel car carrier so that it would carry the Spitfire. Now, I'd seen this years ago in a British Railway Modelers magazine and thought, well, I can do that. And that was the result. It worked out just fine. Now, the diesel in there is the Prince William, and it's pulling 3 Royal coaches, which is a really nice set, beautiful set. And then I've got the Coronation Scot, the LMS, and you'll see that running too. Then I have the Caledonian Railways single, and it's pulling a nice set of old triang coaches. There's the Class 35, the Hymec. I was using that to pull the triang Carabel set And here is a fish train. Now, fish trains would run from the likes of Mallaig or Inverness, Fort William area down to Glasgow, or even all the way down to London. And it would also run from the south coast of England up into London. And these were also used as banana trains. And there's quite a history of the banana trains if you're interested enough to look into it. And then, it's pulled by the little 060 there, which is a nice vehicle. I think that's the airfix one. So in the corner, you'll see that blue low-profile building. Well, that's another scratch-built low-profile thing that I made, and out of cardboard and a particular type of corrugated paper that I found on Amazon, suitable only for that sort of size of building. And once again, I made the error on that one with the white glue, and it warped, so I had to get some hardwood and paste it onto that. And then I have an old B12 that was broken, so I made it into a wreck in a scrapyard there. Now this nice little 040 here runs beautiful, and I've got it pulling this little additional tender with a bicycle on it. I made the wagon. I found an old wagon that wasn't in good shape, took it apart and rebuilt it like that one. And you'll see that also. So we'll just get this back into position. So I'm using, or I was using, a Boya lavalier, but it wasn't clear whether you were hearing me with that or not. But I recommend that if you want to improve your audio for your presentations or YouTube videos. I've got a Mount Dog light with a diffuser on it, gives this nice bright appearance. And I'm using an iPhone 11 as the camera hooked up to my Apple iPad Pro, where I can see all your comments. It's easier this way than trying to do everything on the iPhone. Another thing that I purchased was a fine wireless microphone that I can hook up onto my belt, which means I'm not tethered to the phone. Although where I am right now, I'm not able to go too far, because one of the errors that I made with building the layout was I never allowed for a lift out section. It was all too much for me, to be perfectly honest. I was struggling to build the frame, to find the home assault to put on top of the tables, to get the track to come up with a design, and it was all quite overwhelming, but I managed to struggle through, and now I have to crawl underneath the tables to get in here, but that's okay. So I should do some shout outs here, although I don't see these individuals online, but a few people that I've followed and been influenced by. Paul Chapman from Galgorm Hall in Northern Ireland. Paul's been a great help. You should visit his site. Donegal Dad from the Republic of Ireland. He does great videos too. I watched his a couple of days ago there when he was talking about points. And of course, Charlie over at Chadwick Railways. I watch Charlie all the time. just a phenomenal guy. He's got a great layout. He's so knowledgeable about the hobby. Great stuff. The guys at Budget Model Railways, what a superb job they're doing for the hobby, introducing all kinds of people into it for a very low cost. They look for cheap ways of doing things, but maintaining the quality. Well done, guys. Really well done. Ray Wilson was in touch with me, trying to help me out with the running of the EM2, and had some issues with it. And Ray suggested that it might be some track issues now, which is entirely possible. So I'll look into that, Ray. And of course, Paul Vosman, Tommy Cooper. I just love watching your videos. Get a great laugh from them all. Keep it up, Tommy. Piccadilly Sidings. It's a real interesting site. Lots of good ideas coming out of that layout. So watch for Piccadilly Sidings. And Timber Surf. Timber Surf's been excellent. Great communication. He's helped me with a number of issues. Alan in the Loft at Buckland Junction. I'm surprised he's not here. He's down in Dover in the south coast of England. And, you know, Alan's a great guy. He's got a layout that I would just love to have. You know, in the very beginning, I had plans to build a huge layout just like his here in the basement of the house, but my better half got the better of me and told me, no, you can have this small room here. And that's how it goes, I guess. Now, Chams 123, John's Amazing Trains. I have to talk about John for a couple of minutes here before we go further. If you've never visited John's site, please do so, because, you know, he's a DC man, and he's got a fabulous, huge collection. And I just want to show you a couple of things here. Some of you may be familiar with these old triang controllers. Well, if you look for them, I think it's before 1994, as shown on these those numbers there, those digits. And what John did was he took it apart and he modified it. And he put a heat shrink in it much larger than what was in it before. So I did my best to follow exactly what he did. And I made a couple of videos about it. And it worked. So that'll be the next thing to go onto the track. So really well done on that, John. But look how technology has changed. I got this from China. And it's a little controller, but it only goes in one direction. However, you can modify it if you knew a little bit more about printed circuit boards than I do. But you can see how it's changed. And I'm running. Just turn this around a bit, if I can get it up there. Yeah, I'm running at least one of the tracks using this from China. So it's come a long way. So that's Chams 123. Check him out, please. So maybe I should get into some running here. And I guess there's only 4 people on. Okay. All right. So I think what we're going to try and do is start off with the Coronation Scot. Now I've got 9 coaches on there, and I think that's about a full set. The only one I don't have here is the buffet car. I could never find that one, but it's a magnificent set. These are all in pristine condition, and you know, they're probably best on a big layout where they can go at top speed and go racing down long stretches of straight track. But this really brings something to the layout to see it rolling through the station. And, you know, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this, whether I'll hold on to it or at some point I'll put it up for sale. But it's just in pristine condition. It's such a beautiful set. We'll try and get it going at a reasonable speed to get through the station. You'll get a better appreciation of it. Kristen's telling me to share it to the Facebook page. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to do that, and I might screw things up. I thought everybody would just jump onto the YouTube channel. Yeah, the blue circle works, Paul. In the corner there, you can see the blue circle tanks. You know, I'm wondering if I say share screen. No, that's 2 monitors. I'm going to try settings and see if I can. Yeah, the best laid plans of mice and men. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, DC Train. We'll catch up another time. So that's disappointing that I haven't hooked up the Facebook page. And as I say, I'm not really sure how I can accomplish that. And I don't want to screw things up by stopping and starting. Okay, so we'll get something else running here. So I've got the Black 5 coming around, pulling those West Highland coaches which are painted in the cream and green. There's 6 coaches there, and as I said, you can take a trip on this if you go to Scotland and at a particular time of the year. You can buy a ticket, a return ticket up to Mallaig from Glasgow's Queen Street station. So that would be a worthwhile trip if you're ever in the area. And that Black 5 runs really well. I've got a couple of them, but this one runs really smoothly, as do those coaches. And part of the problem is that well, a lot of the coaches, they're a bit on the light side and derail easily. And I have a full rake of the Gresley teak coaches, which are beautiful, but some of them derail often. All right, I'm not. I'm going to try and. I'm going to go in here and say having issues and see what comes up. Share video for. Yeah, I'm trying to copy that URL. Edit, copy. I think the only thing to do is to get out of this for a second. Okay, so I've been able to get out, get into Facebook, and post a note. Just bear with me while I painstakingly do this. Well, there's a few people coming in. Sorry, guys, I've been having some issues, and I apologise for the delay. We'll just get it going shortly. Anyway, I'm just going to use the laptop as a camera for the moment. As people arrive. Streammail.com. See, this is where I could really use my assistant. Yeah, I'm just going to keep working away at it, and I'll let this Black 5 and West Highland Railway coaches run around the layout a few times until I get this resolved. Well, we're on. Okay. Well, that was painstaking. Yeah, that was painstaking, but thanks for hanging in there. You know, Murphy's Law, you try everything and it doesn't always work out, but at least we're back online, and I'm just going to pop right into this one so that you can get a better view. So SORT S6233, yeah, good of you to drop by, I appreciate it. And yeah, it took me a while to figure that out. I thought it would all just sort of happen naturally, but there you go. It doesn't always work that way. So, who else is there? Well, you know, that's good for a start. We'll just do another quick tour for everybody's benefit. Just go around the layout so that you can see what it's all about. It's approximately 9 feet by 9 feet. And at this end, I've managed to get two loops in for each direction where I can store trains or coaches waiting to go onto the main lines. And in this area here, I'm laying out some local sidings. But like everything else, if you don't know enough, you can make mistakes. And, you know, I've made a couple of mistakes here. One mistake is I don't have any spurs to get the downline locomotives turned around, and that's something I really got to think about. And as I said, the other thing which I didn't get to was building a flip out section by the door. It means I have to crawl underneath, but that's okay. So I'm hoping that that got posted okay. So I'm going to bring this around and I'll bring it in to that one end. And we'll get something else out. So just bear with me while I work on this. So what I'm going to try now is the EM2. just going to stop it here for a second. This trailing one's off a little bit. Yep. So as I said, and you would have seen in my video about servicing this EM2, it's taken a lot of work, and I've had it opened a number of times. Plus, I also got the wheels from Trans 123, and this has never run better. Although it's only in recent times that I've been able to get it working. So it runs pretty smoothly, as you see. Well, it did. Yeah. Well, problem there. Just going to take this one off because it's a bit unstable. So that's running pretty smoothly. We're able to I'll check the sound. Thanks for that. Thanks for that heads up. Always a problem. It's never easy. I'm thinking that post that I made on the Facebook page never went through. So while that's running, this is a piece of pink styrofoam. As a type used in insulation in houses. And what I did with this is I used a pencil to mark out all the stonework, and then took the soldering iron and deepened the cuts before I painted it, and it turned out quite nice. And I may make some lights of this and put it around the station. Another style of wall is that one, which is concrete. So what I did was I took a piece of foam core and I ripped off the top cover and then painted it, scored it to represent joints, and add a bit of flock in it, and also some wire to represent reinforcing. So that's another look to it that's worthwhile trying. Yeah, I call them the Master 2. he makes a great contribution to the hobby, and what a massive collection that he's got. He's so knowledgeable about everything concerned with model railways. Great guy. The problem is, if I go out here, I'm going to drop off, and then I'll struggle to get back in. But I guess it's worth a try, unless I can get my iPad, and then maybe that's what I'll do. I'll get the iPad and try and forward the link. So this is what I stood to. I've got my iPad here because I just can't get it working. So I moved into the MRYCG Facebook page, and I'm running it from here, so we'll see how that goes. Not sure if they'll be able to hook in or not, but we'll check it out. I really appreciate everybody else hanging in there, and can't apologise enough for this not working so great. But that's what it's all about. It's all about learning. Anyway, I've only got one set of hands here, which is too bad. Hopefully, whoever's tuned in from the Facebook page can see what's going on here. All right, so we'll try and get something else going. And got to turn the volume down on this so that there's no echo again. Yeah, the Glasgow Corporation buses are pretty nice. I'm trying to make sure see there's still an echo. It's just always a problem. I'm really not sure how I could direct the Facebook group to this site. Okay, so we'll try and get something else out here. This is the Prince William pulling the royal train. It really is a beautiful set, and it runs very smoothly. I thought I actually had the 4 coaches, but I couldn't find the 4th one. Well, I think guys at MRYCG have given up. There were two people picked up on the live broadcast I did, but they've dropped off, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, I've got a few of these Glasgow buses from different times. They really fit into the scene. Well, we'll get something else out here. We'll try the Caledonian Railways single, and let's see how it performs. All right. Part of the trick is to narrate while you're filming and trying to change points. Well, that really is one of a kind, that Caledonian Railway single. It's a beautiful looking piece of engineering, but it doesn't like the pico points for sure. Really need two sets of hands here. Yeah, as you can see, it has all kinds of trouble finding its way through those points. Well, I've made an effort at it, but it's pretty challenging. When things don't go wrong from the when things don't go right from the beginning, it just makes it that much more difficult. Now, I'm not sure who is watching from the MRYCG group, but I appreciate you taking the time to come and visit it. Just give you a quick tour. There's a station in town. It's a 4-track station. Okay, so they've all dropped off. Anyway, I've been on for just over an hour, and I can't say it's been a success. Sort of fraught with issues, but that's all part of it. I'll know better next time. Oh, the trolley buses, yeah. I've actually got a couple of trolley buses underneath here, and I think they're EFEs, and I think I've got a dinky, and I just don't have enough room to show these vehicles, and I'm at the point now where I'm going to start selling stuff off. Yeah, silent death, that's for sure. Well, let's see what else I can bring out. At least for those that have joined today, and I appreciate you hanging in. You will have seen a couple of my locals coaching sets. So yeah, let's just make sure all the points are coming here. Yeah, that sounds like an airfix motor. But it looks smooth, and it's quite a nice little local. Just let that roll along there. I'd have to clear out one of the frames at the far end there so that I can get something else running. So maybe I'll try and get I'll try and get the Black 5 out of there. all my points are manual, so it takes a little bit of work. Then I'll see if I can get Well, I've actually had a couple of people pop up from my Instagram page, which is good. Yeah, thanks for dropping by, really appreciate it, and we'll catch up another time, talk about those buses. Oh yeah, Duchess of Sutherland. Sorts, very good. I should have thought about that. Anyway, I think I'm going to close off here because it hasn't been very successful, but at least some of you were able to see the layout, see some trains running, and we'll try another time and see if we can have more success. There seems to be an issue with the microphones too. Yeah, so thanks very much for dropping by. I appreciate your time. Got the cycle, I can hear it now. And sorry about all the errors and misfortunes, but I'll get it sorted for the next time round. Charlie in the basement, Alan here at Partick Hill Station. We'll catch you all later, and thanks very much for joining in. Bye for now.